Hello friends, my name is Troy, welcome back to my booktube channel. Today I'm going to be going over all the books I received and purchased this summer. Alright guys, let's jump straight into this video. Basically, I've bought 12 books this summer and received 12 books this summer, and I wanted to do a fun little twist. Usually in my book hauls I go from like the first ones I purchased to the last ones, but in this book haul I want to go from like newest books that I've gotten to my oldest books that I've gotten, if that makes any sense. Quick announcement though, I will be having a live stream this Saturday. It's going to be super fun. I'm going to be doing it Saturday at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll try to put more information on the screen for you guys. It'll be like 1 hour to 90 minutes. Basically, you guys will be able to join. It'll be on my channel and you guys can like, talk to me, leave your questions, chat with me. It's going to be super fun. Yeah, I cannot wait to have a fun live stream with you guys. But yeah, without further ado, make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel down below, and make sure to leave a comment with what books you got this summer, and let's just jump right into the video. Alright, so the most recent book I received is, and I've been so excited about, is A House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, which is the latest release of, Sarah J. Maas. I've been really excited to read this. I really wanted to receive this for the longest time since it got released in March. I know I'm late, but I finally got this for my birthday. Shout out to my mom for buying this for me, but yeah, I'm so excited to read it. Look at this like thick book. It's so beautiful. Look at the cover, and then when you look inside, you get this really freaking good like art. There's also a map inside if you guys want to take a look at this, but I want to do a full reading vlog just for this one book, like just explaining all my thoughts, fanboying basically over this whole book, and having a really great discussion about this new release, because I've heard both great things and negative things about this book, and even from just like starting to look at the book, and even I kind of read a few pages of it already. I already sensed some things that I will like and some things that I will definitely be ranting about with this book. But yeah, I'm so excited. Sarah J. Maas is one of my favorite authors, and I'm so excited that I have her new release. Like, it is such a beautiful thing. Alright, the next book that I got for my birthday, which my mom also bought me, A Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, which is the first book in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. I wanted to read this for so freaking long, and I'm so glad my mom got this. I even put on my book list that I sent to my mom, like, for my birthday. I was like, please, next to this, because I really wanted to read this. But guys, my mom kind of royally screwed up because she got me part 2. I don't know if y'all can see that at the bottom, but it says part 2 of book 1. Which means she didn't even get me book 1, she got me part 2 book 1. So she did end up ordering me part 1, and I'm totally gonna count these as 2 separate books, but still, she made a little oopsie there, and I even tweeted about it. But I'm really excited to delve into the series. Brandon Sanderson is my second favorite author, even though I've never read one of his books yet. Like, I've been that into his writing, and I've been that interested in his books. So I cannot wait to delve into this series. It seems like a high fantasy kind of adventure following a bunch of different characters, and I cannot wait to read this. I seriously can't. Like, the books that my mom got me for my birthday are like seriously mind-blowing. I cannot wait to read them, and yeah, I'm just so excited. And then the next one is Fablehaven by Brandon Mull. I was sent this by KOTLC Fantasy. I don't know what their channel name is. They keep changing it. But I will definitely make sure to leave their channel down below. I didn't do that for the last video that I mentioned them in. Oops. But yeah, Fablehaven was an amazing book. I actually recently read this. Like the day that it came, I read it that night. I finished it the next day, noonish time. I was like so intrigued in this book. I was like reading it in between classes whenever chance I could get. I stayed up quite a while, I guess, to read this, and I was just so excited to finish it, and I was like, it was such a great story, because this is basically a middle grade where all of the fantasy creatures you could ever dream of are alive on this estate that Seth and Kendra, these 2 young kids, are visiting, and they discover this whole new magical world around them. They unlock all these cool secrets about the mansion and the estate around them, and suddenly their grandparents and their caretakers and everyone that's surrounding them in this magical world disappears, and they have to find them, and they have to save their parents from these magical creatures that are kind of roaming around and wrecking havoc. It's such a fun series, and I cannot wait to delve more into this book series. I'm super excited, and I don't know, I'm just so happy that I finally give this a chance, because one of the series covers was like so bad. I hated the cover of this first book. This cover made me more excited to read it. Anyways, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's my 3rd book out of 12. Alright, and then next up we've got another birthday book. It was 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Now, I did not put Please next to this book on my list, but it was still one of my top books that I wanted to see her get, and she got it. I was so freaking happy. I'm really so excited to read from Six of Crows and the Grishaverse and Leigh Bardugo's books, because I've been wanting to read from her for 2 years now. I've started putting her books on my TBR like really early on. Everyone is so hyped up about this book. It was one of the most like hyped up books last year in the series, and like The Crooked Kingdom came out. I want to read all the books by her. I'm so excited just from what I've seen, from like the representation in this book, and even just like looking at some of the quotes on the back. Six of Crows is a twisty and elegantly crafted masterpiece. Six of Crows is one of those all too rare, unput-downable books that keeps your eyes glued to the page. And then the Avatar The Last Airbender, the creator of Avatar The Last Airbender left that review. Like, I'm so excited. There are 6 characters: a convict with a thirst for revenge, a sharpshooter who can't walk away from a wager, a runaway with a privileged past, a spy known as the Wraith, heart trender using her magic to survive the slums, and a thief with a gift for unlikely escapes. And so basically we have the main character named Kaz and these 6 other characters, and they're going on this really cool siege. I'm so excited to read this. I'm in love with like the high fantasy adventure magical books like this, and I'm so excited to explore the characters, explore the romances that I'm pretty sure are in here, and just read this high action adventure. I don't know, if y'all can't already tell, I am so thrilled about getting this book, and I'm so excited to read it. And the final book that I got for my birthday, I think we have The False Prince by Jennifer A. Nielsen, and I actually recently read this, and I talked about this in my recently reads video, which I posted an extra video on Monday. If you guys want to check that out, I'll leave that up there for you guys. It was a fun 17-minute video discussing all of the 6 books I read recently since I last talked to you guys. But yeah, this is The False Prince, and I really enjoyed it. Again, you probably haven't heard about this so much, so I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I was really glad my mom got it for me. This is basically about this orphan boy named Sage who kind of gets taken to this estate by this man named Connor, and basically Connor says that he is taking him and the 3 other boys because they are going to be competing for the throne. Like, all of the royal family is killed or supposedly killed, and so they're picking a new throne soon, and so the 4 other boys are basically ones that looked like one of the princes, and they are going to basically fake like Jaren's death and like impersonate the crown prince. And it's really cool because if like there's a lot of tension running, we're rooting for Sage, because if he doesn't get picked, he gets killed because he can't know the plan, he can't know that someone's going to impersonate the prince. And just like the twists and the characters, I loved it so much. And in the last video I also mentioned how it was kind of similar to Throne of Glass, so that made me even love it more. The character reminded me a lot of Selena, the plot reminded me a little bit of Throne of Glass. It was really good, and just the twists, that's all I can say, but the twists are so good. I love this book so much. It was a really great read, and I'm so glad I now have this on my shelf, and I really want to continue with the series because I'm so excited to see what happens next, because that ending was crazy. Alright, now we're gonna go back 3 more weeks. I've gotten a lot of books in the past like few weeks, but now we're gonna go back another 3 weeks. The next one I got was The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and this is when I was in the mountains for like a week, and I took a break from YouTube, and I went on vacation with my family. It was really nice, and I think I'll leave a picture of me in the mountains like buying this book. But we went to this little independent like bookstore. It was really fun. It was called like Books and Beans or something, and it was in like this town called Little Switzerland, and we basically just walked around. A lot of the books were old, not stuff that I would like, but I still did find The Hobbit, which was old, but I was really interested in reading it. And I know I've said this a lot, so I'm not gonna say this again, or like go into too deep about this, but I've been in the play The Hobbit at my middle school. It was really fun, and I was one of the dwarves, so I like literally went through all of the adventures that they went through, and like a lot of the dialogue from the book my director took and put in the scripts. So basically, yeah, I love this story. I watched the movie, and I finally got to read the book, so I've been like immersed in like the play, movie, book, and just the world itself, and I really love J.R.R. Tolkien's writing, and I really want to continue with the Hobbit world, like the Lord of the Rings series, and so this was a great introduction, or like a prologue to that. But yeah, I'm so happy that I finally have the Hobbit in my collection, so I can just read it whenever I want, if I want to go back to a cozy story. And I really like how this dragged out the war, because I feel like in the movie, in the play that I was in, the war and stuff were really short, and I didn't really get to see much from it, but this really dragged out. The last like 100 pages were really about the dragon and the war, and so I got a lot more rich details about this. But yeah, I'm so excited to continue on with these books, and that's it. Alright, now here's where I get kind of like shoddy with my memory, like I don't remember everything, so I'll just kind of try to remember. But I'm fairly sure the next one was Slay by Brittany Morris, and I got this because the Next Chapter book club, we were reading this book this month. This was our first Next Chapter book club pick, and I was doing a live show on my channel. It was a really special book for me, I guess, because it's like the first book, and yeah, look how pretty the cover is. I love it so much. But this book is about this girl named, yeah, Kiera Johnson. She is basically this game developer who created this game called Slay, which has about like 100,000 active users per month or something like that. A crazy amount. And it's basically a game where all black people can basically celebrate their culture and their identity and all different aspects of their I guess their culture and stuff. And so it's like a battle based game where they have different cards, and all these cards are based off their culture. It was so fun to learn more about that. But yeah, basically they can use these cards to like attack and defend and like place hexes. It was a really fun game. The book is about this boy who gets murdered over a dispute in the game and a problem. He gets murdered because of like coins in the game, and so this video game basically all of a sudden gains so much publicity, and it starts getting called out for anti-white discrimination because only black people are allowed to play, which there's a murder, there's problems, and basically Kiera has to like solve them, and there's like this internet troll. There's a lot going on and we have to solve it. I really love this book. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was probably not a 5-star book, maybe like a 4.5, because the beginning was a little slow, but I remember being so like towards the middle, towards the end, I was so like into it. I was so intrigued, so interested to see what's happening. I was loving the book. So yeah, that's my little review. But Slay was a really good book, and I'm so glad that I ended up receiving it. Or no, I bought this one I think myself. I don't even buy a lot of these. Okay. All right, next up we've got The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Ignore the price tag. Yes, it was $16.50. I didn't buy this book. My mom actually came in one day and surprised me. Like, I had this on hold at my library, and I was like, okay, I'm 70th on the waiting list. Yay. And then my mom came in and was like, oh, I got this book for you. And I was like, bro, you're so nice. A lot of these books actually my mom bought, which she's just amazing. So give some of my mom some praise in the comments. But yeah, this is the prequel to the Hunger Games series, and I really enjoyed this. I did a whole reading vlog on this. I'll leave it up there if you're interested to see if this is worth a read or not, because I know some of you were like on the fence about reading it. That video really explains my thoughts. I ended up loving it 5 stars because I'm not so critical, although I'm a lot more critical now. But still, when I read it, I was not critical. I loved it. I enjoyed it so much, and I explained all my thoughts. It didn't have any spoilers in that, so you can check out that video. But anyways, this book is basically set 64 years before the first Hunger Games, and it takes place in the 10th Hunger Games, which was deleted. Like, you don't hear about the 10th Hunger Games at all in the main book series because it was deleted, and now we find out why, like what actually took place in the crazy 10th Hunger Games, which was kind of an experiment on him almost, and it was just crazy following a capital person. We follow President Snow, and he has a tribute. He's a mentor for the Hunger Games, and he has this tribute named Lucy Gray, and we basically go through the Hunger Games, and something happens, and he is basically in this district. There's a lot of crazy anti-rebel government stuff that happens, and it's a really political book, but I really enjoyed it. It's so rich and fun, and in details of like the Hunger Games series. Like, I had so much fun learning more about the origin of things. Like, a lot of the songs that Katniss sings were in this book because Lucy Gray is a singer and made a lot of those songs. It's just so crazy to see, like, even where the Hanging Tree song, the iconic Hanging Tree song, like one of my favorite songs in the world, came from. Where it goes like, are you coming to the tree? A dead man called out, they say he murdered 3. Like, that scene where the man was hanged and they say he murdered 3 literally happened in this book. So like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like, I know some of the people don't like it, but if you just look at it from an objective view, it is crazy. You'll love it. I love it so much. Anyways, I'm talking way too long about these books, but let's get on to the next one. Oh yay, now we get the Thomas Modus and the Wizard of Sumeria and Thomas Modus and the Book of Sorrow series. I finally get to talk about that. I got sent this by a publisher. I was so lucky that month to get that. Oh, I also have 2 books coming soon. One I went on a giveaway, which I'm so excited to talk about, and one a publisher sent to me, or an author like reached out to me. I was so touched by it. Anyways, and they're also 2 LGBTQ plus romances, so I'm so excited. But yeah, these 2 books were sent to me, and I actually really enjoyed them. I did not expect to enjoy them as much as I loved it. And I think I go into that a lot with like arcs and books sent to me by authors and publishers. Like, I assume that I'm not going to enjoy it, and then I enjoy it, if that makes any sense. Like, I have low expectations for like beginning authors and stuff, then my expectations get really raised by these kinds of books. Yeah, this is a really magical series following this boy named Thomas Modus and his adventures with magic and a magic book and a Wizard of Sumeria and a staff. And this series is filled with magic. I really enjoyed it. I was like so intrigued. I could not put this down at certain parts, and I wasn't reading like a lot of like chapters and little sittings like some of the other books I read, but I was like reading really long sessions and like into the night of these books because they were so good. They were so quick. I feel like the first halves of both of these books were kind of slow, but overall I really liked the plot. I like the characters. Now, the characters weren't the best, but I still like the characters, and I overall just enjoyed them. But yeah, I think I have to go free up some more storage on my camera, so I'm gonna have to cut that short, and then we'll get on to the last few books. Alright guys, we've got like 2 more books, and the first one is Earthsea, Earthsea, A Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin, and this book was sent to me by my mom. Again, another book sent to me by my mom, and my mom bought this for a video that I wanted to do, which was a mystery book reading vlog, and I think I want to do another one of those. Like, she picks out a book that she thinks I might enjoy. I don't know, that would be fun. Comment below if you want another part 2 for that. But yeah, she sent this to me. She bought this for me, and basically I had this whole vlog where I unboxed it, like I did my initial reactions, and then I read it in one day, just told all my thoughts. Didn't enjoy it that much, just like a 3.5 stars for me, or maybe even a 3 stars. But if you want to watch my whole vlog of like reading a surprise book that I didn't even know anything about, make sure to check up there. I will leave that vlog up there. It's really fun. I totally recommend you guys check it out. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. Well, I didn't really enjoy this. It was kind of mediocre. The main thing that I didn't like it was because it was like, almost felt like a classic. It was written so long ago. It was written in like 1968, I think, I'm pretty sure, if I remember that correctly. So the writing just felt really slow and old, which I didn't really enjoy, but I did enjoy like the fantasy aspect, although there was some parts where it was a lot of fantasy that I couldn't comprehend. Like the magic system was a bit confusing, and the whole story itself was just so overloaded with details. Like, I feel like a lot of books don't do that much more like recently, but like it's just loaded with like tons of details that I don't need to, know. Like I don't need to know the scent of a coffee table, or like I don't need to know what the yellow flowers look like. Just say that they're sunflowers, I feel like a lot of modern books are more like good about doing that, like not like wasting so much time just talking about every little thing, but this book definitely had that feel to it. But overall, I will say I was so intrigued by the adventure in the magic school, and I really liked just like the way the book kind of went, and the plot, and like just the way it was paced. I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say I really enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it, if that makes any sense. Okay, and the first book that I got in this summer, because we did it reverse, was The Tales of Beedle the Bard by J.K. Rowling, and notes by Albus Dumbledore. Quick disclaimer, no support to J.K. Rowling, as usual. And I didn't even buy this book myself. I got sent this by Millie the Queen. Thank you so much for sending this to me. But yeah, I do not support the author. I do support the series. This was a good book. It's basically the tales, it's like wizarding fairy tales, and this was seen in the last book of the Harry Potter series, and I'm not going to try to spoil, but basically Hermione was given this book by Albus Dumbledore for their final quest, and basically one of the tales was very significant to the story, but we also got to see 4 entirely new tales that were really fun to read, and the fairy tales were interesting in themselves because they weren't like the happy-go-lucky fairy tales. I mean, some of them were in this book, but a lot of them had more deeper tones or darker tones, and it was cool to just kind of uncover the messages and themes in each. And after each like fairy tale, there was notes from Albus Dumbledore about the history of like the wizarding community and the muggles and all that fun stuff, and also things about like the story, and again like his literary analysis of the fairy tales. It was just so intriguing and so fun, and I don't know, I felt like it was a lot of fun. It was a good book. It was really short. It's only like 100 pages, but yeah, you can just flip through the pages. There's a bunch of fun illustrations. The cover is beautiful. It's just a really great Harry Potter's collector's edition. Again, I don't really know how to like not support the author here, but like I don't know how to help with that. But yeah, still I feel weird talking about Harry Potter, but yeah, talking about the series, not the author. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Here's the 7 books that I hauled, but yeah, here's 7, just a random 7 of the books. But yeah, I really had fun with this haul. I hope you guys did too, and I'm planning to do another haul soon, probably in October, because I think I mentioned this in the video, but I want to give away for a book that's going to be coming soon, and a author reached out to me about a LGBTQ+ romance that I'm really excited about too. He said that he was going to be sending out those review copies in early October, so yeah, maybe by the end of October I'll have a haul out for you guys. I'll order a bunch of books because I've been receiving more money from YouTube lately, and yeah, we'll do that. So that's gonna be really exciting. If you guys like this book haul though, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more, make sure to leave a like. I really appreciate those likes. Subscribe to my channel for more bookish content every Wednesday and Saturday. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when I go live on Saturday at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll get out more information and like maybe a poll whenever I post this video and do a community post. I'll just get out more information too via my community post tab, so make sure you're subscribed to me for that. Also, make sure to leave a comment down below. What have you read this summer? I'd really love to to know. And like, what books are you planning to buy, or I mean, what books did you buy this summer? Like, what are you planning to buy recently, or like, what new series are you reading? I'd love to know. I would love to know. Even if you didn't buy any books, what books did you read? Anyways, it's the end of summer, which is kind of sad. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll leave a video up there for you guys if you want to watch that, get me some extra watch time, because we are about 2,500 watch hours out of the 4,000 for monetization. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the freaking best. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great fall, guys. Love you so much. Bye. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something